Hello everyone, I'm Georgia Henderson and welcome to the Douglas on My Mind show. On the show today we're going to talk about a little bit of this and that, dealing with Parks and Recreation, the ceramics program, all the way to the 4th of July event. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss this informative show. We'll be back with Douglas on My Mind right after this break. We're back from break, and joining me on the show now is Stevie Young, who is still a fairly new face to our community. Correct. And Stevie is the new director of the Douglas Coffee County Parks and Recreation Department. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Glad to have you here and have you to this community as well. And I know you have been introduced through the City Commission meeting and some other areas in the community, but we wanted to bring you on the Douglas on My Mind show to also give the viewers a chance to officially meet you, and you'll be introduced to the community. Okay. So if you will just share with those who haven't heard a little bit about you, your background and where are you from and your background in Parks and Recreation.
Sure. I'm a native of Augusta, Georgia. Born and raised in Augusta, attended Lucy Craft Laney High School, Go Wildcats, but of course now I'm a Coffee County Trojan, so I'm proud to say that. Graduate of West Georgia College at the time, now it's University of West Georgia. Graduated in 1989 with a BS in Municipal Recreation. Been involved with recreation my entire life. Graduated in 1989 from West Georgia College. Became employed in Edenton, Georgia as assistant recreation director in 1990. So like I said, only thing I ever did in my entire career has been public recreation.
As a youngster, did you grow up in the Parks and Recreation program?
Yes, it was so instrumental in my development. My grandparents raised me, and from the inner cities of Augusta, so I know the value of public recreation. So the youth coaches that I had were very instrumental, in my high school coaches. So they really molded me to the person that I am today. So I certainly know the value.
Was there a pivotal point growing up in your life that you decided, hey, this is where I want to be? I want to become a Parks and Recreation director.
Yes, there was a pivotal point. I want to say maybe at the age of 12 or maybe 11 or 12 years old, I really realized that from the youth coaches coming by and he's trying to implore me to play baseball, play basketball. I mean, not basketball, 'cause I'm not much of a basketball player, but the baseball and football.
Yes.
And I just saw the respect that the center directors had. 'Cause at the time I didn't know the recreation directors, but the community centers directors, just the respect they garnered. And I just said, wow, I'd like to be in that situation. A lot of kids, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Young, or Mr. Smith, you know, they just really drew me to it. I want to be someone that would influential in the community. When this youth center director come around, you know, everybody just flocked to this person, and just to give back. It was coming out, picking the kids up, taking to the local ballpark, or in the inner city of Augusta, in my neighborhood. We were playing in the streets, you know, and there were a lot of other distractions going on.
Right.
But fortunate enough, someone in recreation, a youth coach, took interest in me and really said, hey, Steve, there's another way to do things. You don't have to be hanging out. You don't have to go on that side. Hey, let's do some positive stuff. And it certainly helped my grandmother, because my grandmother, and my great-grandmother weren't able to do the physical activities with me, but they raised me and molded me to a young man. But I need that youth coach, that man, a man in my life that really helped me out. And so that was the turning point as a young kid, just realizing the respect the recreation people the youth center director had, and how the kids and people in the community respected that person. I want to be the person to garner that respect and put back and give back to a community.
Well, that's a great testament, and thank you for sharing that with us. Now, you definitely shared your educational credentials that you have, but you have put it through the test because over the years you have served as a recreation director. Tell us about those years of experiences and some of the programs and initiatives that you have seen throughout your tenure.
Wow, as a recreation director in Edenton, Georgia, has come in a small rural community. From developing program from the ground floor up, from going into a single wide trailer as I became the director, and as I left, constructed a gymnasium, multi-purpose fields, lighted ball fields, senior centers, for youth centers, walking tracks, and a swimming pool. You know, I'm familiar with city, county governments, and I understand the task is at hand when you're trying to convince the leadership of the value of recreation. I know during this day and age of fiscal management, conservative management of the funds, so you have to be fiscal and cognizant of the amount of money you have. So I have implemented programs for seniors, for mentally challenged, special needs programs, and we'll continue to do that. And my attitude is just have to get down and get into the community, gain the confidence of the people in the community, let them know you're going to do the right thing.
That's right.
And do the right thing. That's regardless of whatever you do. I know I certainly can't please everyone. I've been in local government for 24 plus years as an administrator, as a director, so I know the ups and downs. But at the end of the day, you do the right thing, and things will work itself out regardless.
That's true.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good. Thank you for sharing that. And you've been here 1 week today as we're taping this show, and you started off with a full itinerary week because you all hosted the district swim meet.
That's correct.
At the city pool. So tell us a little bit about it. How did our Stingrays fare during the meet?
Wow, I tell you, our kids represent Douglas, Coffee County quite well. We had several swimmers to place and actually to win the district. So just to see the community come out and for the opportunity to have Douglas on the map for all the other districts in our GRPA district to come out and come to our facility, it was a great chance to get the exposure, for them to utilize our restaurants, to use our services, to come out. So it was a win-win proposition for all involved. And I think the staff, no doubt, Willis Crockett, Landy Gomez, and so no doubt Britt Leverett, the one that all the maintenance people that really they're out on the forefront. You know, they're out there grinding and making it happen for us. I may come in at the last minute on the finished product, but they're the unsung heroes. And for them to have our facility as sparkling and immaculate as it was during that time, it's just wonderful. I want to just make sure I give them accolades, and I would be remiss not to mention them, the maintenance staff. But yes, for the first week to host their district swim meet, it was hot and humid. But I tell you, the staff people had the same zest and zeal and enthusiasm that made everyone feel welcome to our community.
Well, that's great. That's great. Well, being here, I know you've been on the job, but you didn't just start your research of the community and the recreation department. Not to put you on the spot, but have you had an opportunity to kind of assess the programs offered here compared to where you've been, to just have an idea of what are some goals of yours that you would like to implement or programs that you want to strengthen upon? Well,
I would like to strengthen on the programs that we have. But first, I have to say, I came from a smaller community, Edenton, Putnam County, and Macon County, Montezuma, Georgia. So certainly not the size of Douglas, Coffee County. And the programs that we have here, we want to just strengthen. You know, to come in and say, well, we're going to do this differently, do some other things, then it kind of sets the tone and set the innuendo that we weren't doing anything right. And I don't want to cast any doubt or any shadows on anyone previously, because you know what they were doing, we're going to build on that.
That's
I've had the opportunity to assess, you know, well, I'm assessing, I'm walking gingerly. You know, I could come in and say only 1 week, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and I hadn't had the opportunity to assess and see what direction we're going in. The little things I can see that we want to make sure we're together for staffing, get a clear message out what we're trying to do. And right now I would like to see us have a centralized location for all our activities.
Yes.
You know, and I wouldn't want anyone in the neighborhood part to think that their part will be neglected, because it's very difficult on our part, making the staff to to manage all the facilities, which they're doing a great job. We can have one centralized location for as our main hub, our main complex. That would be a bonus for us. And we'd like for the citizens in the neighborhood park just have a vested interest in their parks and to help us maintain the facilities, because we're not going to neglect anyone. But like I said, we don't have that unlimited funds also, so we want to make sure they assist us in maintaining and upkeep of the facilities. But I guess the main thing would be I would like to see, my vision, to see one centralized hub, one centralized location, not to do away with any park, not making green space, green pass, more passive areas. But get my message clear to the citizens that we're not trying to close in a particular facility in any particular neighborhood. Just want to be able to manage things more efficiently.
And I know that there have been an initiative here recently to try to work and improve upon some of those neighborhood parks to make the playground equipment and everything safer. Just create a different environment at the parks.
And that's key. Clean it up, get them safer. Safety is number one. I think I do realize that there are some playground equipment in some parks that may be 20 plus years. I understand my assistant Willis Crockett said he played on some of that equipment. So we want to make sure we upgrade some of that equipment. But as we're upgrading, once again, it's incumbent of the communities and the neighborhoods to help us maintain the equipment and maintain it. And then please, if there's a situation where there's some unsafe equipment or something that you have concern pertaining to our parks, please do not hesitate to contact us at the Douglas Coffee Parks and Recreation Department.
All right. Well, Stevie, thank you for being here today. And if there's anyone in the community who would have some questions, I'm sure Stevie would be open to receive your questions and comments. You can email him at syoung@cityofdouglas.com or give his office a call at 384-5978, and they'll be glad to assist you.
Thank you.
All right, Stevie, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And welcome to Douglas.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be back with more Douglas on My Mind right after this break. We're back from break, and joining me on the show today is Representative Dominique LaRicchia, but a local member of the Douglas Exchange Club on the show today to talk about the 4th of July Freedom Fest. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. And if you would, I'll just tell everybody, because it's June and we're like, less than a month away?
Yeah, just a couple of weeks away.
Just a couple of weeks away to this wonderful event. And I want to commend the Exchange Club, because you all take great leadership and put a lot of money and effort into making this event happen each year. So if you would, just tell everyone again when it is, where it's going to be, what time, so we can be there.
Well, obviously on July the 4th, and this year it's on a Saturday. That changes some from year to year, but this year it'll be on a Saturday out at Jardine Stadium, J.C. Adams Municipal Field, and we'll open the gates at 6 o'clock and have the usual vendors. We'll have some merchandise vendors and general concession stands, and have some music, some entertainment, and just try to have a good celebration.
Okay. In talking about the 4th of July Freedom Fest, before we get into that, share with everyone the purpose and goals and missions of the Exchange Club, so